Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Congregation Offering You Victory in This Disruption. I call an opportunity to rise. And how appropriate to be celebrating Easter Sunday today. Rise. It's time for us to rise also. I'm coming to you live from Southern California, connecting you to amazing entrepreneurs offering inspiration and education to help you thrive. Thank you for joining me and my special guest on this beautiful Sunday. Happy Easter to you and family and to those who celebrate on this day. I received a call amidst this global pandemic to gather a divine group of women and men. They're coming to share their gifts with you. Today marks the third episode of this live congregation offering victory and disruption. To date, including today's lineup, 26 women have graciously stepped out without a doubt, without any question, no hesitation, stepped up to offer you their specialty. Each has been divinely selected to share her expertise with you, to use as a resource. Reach out to them. Reach out and say, hey, I just want to say something. I just need a sounding board. I just need someone to hear me right now. I feel like I'm going crazy, or I feel anxious, or I'm not sure what I feel. I feel kind of numb, or I feel like this, whatever it is. And you don't need to be fixed. You're not broken. You just need someone to hear you. So these women are here to offer you support. So reach out. It's no problem. They're here. They're ready. They're willing. They want to be a resource for you. They're here to help you reduce stress and anxiety during this changing time, to help you bring balance and harmony into your life. We can all agree that the level of energy is running high with people working from home. Things seem to be calming down, but things on the other end are starting to rise. The stresses, the differences in, finances, and what's going to happen. When's this going to end? Well, not to worry, because we have some gifts today to help you to reduce some of that. Now, people are also wondering what's going to happen when we go back. What's happening with homeschooling, financial worries, and the many deaths that continue to climb, and the uncertainty still looms for many, causing a magnitude of anxiety, stress, and fear. Then there's what's the other I mentioned about going back to work. Will life be different? Or will things go back to normal, as some people are requesting or thinking about or saying, oh, I want things to go back to normal. Seriously? Do we really want them to go? What was normal? And is today more normal? How are we viewing it, right? My whole system is about perspectives. What perspective are we standing in? Who are we listening to? What are we talking about? And let's not forget to mention all the positives that are happening. With all the internet systems, families and friends, events, and other things are taking place online. I invited a couple of friends and they said, oh, we've got church online at 9 a.m. I said, cool, there's a replay for this, so you can watch it later, and congratulations for going online. I celebrate you. So even my honey's mother and aunt, who are in their 90s, yes, they're in their 90s, they signed on a Zoom with us. They signed on, and it was so much fun. I mean, to have a mother be celebrated with her 5 children, grown children, everybody's in their 60s now, she's in her 90s, to be with her family on a Zoom. She laughed hysterically and had such a great time. So take advantage of this time. Be willing to learn and grow. I mean, they're in their 90s and they're still interested and excited to learn something new. So anyhow, that was really cool. Anyhow, so families are getting together they're getting to know each other differently. They're doing things differently. Some say it's like exploring and discovering new adventures. And what about this climate change? The air quality in Los Angeles and New York. I remember living in LA when the smog was so thick that we were given alerts to stay indoors. Then some environmental laws were passed and the air quality got better. Now everything appears to be clear and fresh again. Anyhow, I am honored and privileged to be surrounded by so many brilliant individuals who strive daily to be of service. These beautiful women from across the country, we've got Chicago, Colorado, California, to name a few. They have taken time away from their families to be here with you, to offer their brilliance in prayer, meditation, and tips and tools to bring relief and comfort to you and families and friends, and to those who've crossed over. They've crossed over and their families. Let's offer them peace and blessings during this time of deep grief. I am deeply, deeply grateful to share in your life. Thank you, ladies, for your divine presence and wisdom. We are all in this together, and we shall come out together standing and victorious. I am Pati Maez, CEO at UNIV of Soul, a resource center that specializes in spiritual coaching and pattern reset, which helps professional women and men to remember who you are, to identify who you are, to reveal who you are, and to claim what you want in your life while living a life of fulfillment. Now, I could go on and talk about more and more about my stuff, but you know what? Time is passing. So I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to introduce my first special guest. Now, this woman, I have been following this woman for over a year now. And we haven't had the opportunity to really sit down and talk, but just her presence, when she popped in this morning, I got goosebumps. I have them now. I just said, I want to know this woman more, and I know you do. So let's get on with it. All right. My first guest, who is the world's first global next impactor. That's where I got to know her. Tamara L. Hunter, a cancer champion, nonprofit president, service hero show host, president and co-founder at Chemo Buddies for Life. What an awesome program she has put together. Let's welcome Tamara. Where are you at the stream? There you are.
Hello, good morning. Wow.
I'm so glad.
I'm humbled by what you shared, and I love what you had to say in opening this event. Thank you for that.
Thank you. And I'm going to have you take it away and just be your brilliance.
Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. Hello, everyone. I am going to start with this. I'm going to ask a couple of questions, and I want you to really think about them and raise your hand where you are, say yes, just nod, whatever it may be. Okay, number one, have you or anyone you know and love ever heard 3 words that have changed your life, such as you have cancer, you have COVID, you have something that might be life-threatening? If so, I want you to raise your hand or nod. Okay. The next question, have you ever known someone that's heard those words? Same thing. I ask those questions, typically it is for cancer. I ask those questions every time I go out and speak. And let me share this. Every single room I have ever been in, small or very large, everybody is standing because I asked them to. We are today doing exactly what we are meant to do, and that is we are celebrating a day of renewal. Now, I just talked about something that can be life-threatening. Well, we all have heard the Lion King, the circle of life. Life is so worth living, yet many face it isolated and alone. Now, when I was diagnosed, I'm one of 4 generations, 5 people that have been diagnosed with cancer. And when I chose treatment, I chose a traditional treatment. And being autoimmune compromised, I was told that I was going to have to take precautions. And this was over 5 years ago. I started treatment in the beginning of December, and I ended up with pneumonia in my house. I tell everybody that I was put in solitary confinement. Yeah, I was put in quarantine. Outside of the door was a station that had masks, gowns, gloves. This was over 5 years ago. I remained in my solitary confinement for nearly 5 months, only let out with everybody cleared out of the way for me to be able to go to the car to receive more treatment. Now, did I feel isolated and alone? No, I did not. Do you know why? It is because I had a buddy. I met someone my very first day of treatment, and we traveled that journey together. Now, I didn't know all the neat things like we have right now, like, being able to see each other. I ended up having fingers. I used my fingers and I communicated with my buddy. And I get a reminder every single day after the first day of my treatment that it's my anniversary of Messenger because I didn't do social media, believe it or not. And now I run a global movement that is taking our message out there, one buddy at a time, that they do not need to face something alone. How relevant to today. When I was crowned the very first Next Impactor on August the 30th last year in Chicago, I ran on this platform that no one should face cancer alone, that we as a global movement can make that happen one buddy at a time. We share humor, hope, heart, hugs, a lot of love. We believe in chocolate days, gratitude. Now, when I was going through my cancer in my home, yes, I was in solitary confinement. There are many that are saying, wow, I'm sheltering in place. It feels like solitary confinement. Yes, it does. And that's okay. It is okay. I was told most likely I could end up there. And so my doctors kind of prepped me for it, similar to today. I set up an exercise bike. I had my favorite books. I had some journals. I found things to do. Little did I know I would have a buddy. That was a bonus. But I was ready because I was going to take that time to make a difference in my own life. We call that self-love. I believe that we all have love within us. And that is the key because, as I have started this nonprofit because of an incident where I nearly died my very first day of treatment, I'm curled up in a ball. My face is red. I'm on fire and I'm asleep. I didn't know. Someone woke me up, said, "Are you okay?" And I'm thinking, am I okay? I'm not okay. I couldn't, my throat was closing up. I wasn't okay. That person helped change my life. It was the best day that ever happened because it changed the focus of my life. Many of us are facing those days now. I continue. So her mother, the person that woke me up, ended up being my buddy. And we traveled our journey together. Now, I won the side effect lottery. My doctor would tell me I had so many of them that to get through a minute seemed too big. I concentrated on the moment, not the minute. Sometimes I would be singing to myself. I had no voice because I ended up with chemotherapy chemo sores on my vocal cords. I lost my voice. Yet I would sing in my mind and sometimes cry, count my many blessings, name them one by one. Count my many blessings. And I would start doing that. And you know what? I'd start smiling and I'd start saying, okay, come on, no pity parties here. We're going to get through this because that was the thing I knew from the very beginning, that I was going to get through that moment in my life, that time in my life. It was not going to define me. It was going to be a chapter, and I was going to heal through that chapter to get to the next chapter in my book of life. I'm here sharing with all of you now that we collectively can do the same thing. We right now are dealing with something worldwide that so many, nearly everyone, one way or another, is being affected. I'm going to submit to you, though it looks different, very different, because now the economy is affected. It is very similar to many of us that have been dealing with cancer, because you see, the statistics are that 1 in every 2 men and 1 in every 3 women will face it in their lifetime. And our nonprofit supports both the patient and those people that love and support them. That's everyone. So you see, we globally have been already out there helping people throughout the world, one buddy at a time. This period of time is not going to define all of us, and don't let it. And if you need to sing that song or do another one and you need to cry through it, allow yourself that grace. And if you need to concentrate on the moment, not the minute, remember, you will get through this. And don't go it alone. We have a nonprofit that is here for you. It is free. CB4L. CB, Chemo Buddies for Life.org. We are welcoming all of you that are feeling isolated and alone during this time. And if you want a buddy, we have the means of being able to do that. It's going to say a lot of cancer stuff, but overlook that right now, because we're not quite ready to make it's not as pretty as we were making it, but we got it live, because now is the time for us to join together in love. Because you see, love, we declared this year through our nonprofit to be the year of love. Little did we know how important that word was going to be. And on this Easter day, for those that believe in it, or on this beautiful spring morning, let us all remember that that 4-letter word is the thing that should be our driving force. Love ourselves and love our neighbor as ourselves. The circle of life. So as I end this today, I want to submit you to all do this. Share the love. I had a little note that my son left me this morning, and one of them dropped, but it was just a little handwritten note on top of the coffee maker, and he said, "Happy Easter, Mom. I love you. The coffee's ready to go. Push the button."
Wow.
What an Easter gift, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So a little bit of love goes a long way.
It truly does. Thank you so much for being here with us. And I can't wait to have you back on the show and do a one-on-one with you. I have so much to learn from you. We all have so much to learn. And thank you for offering your message today.
My pleasure.
Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter. Bye.
Wow, I have goosebumps all over. This is such an amazing day today. And our next guest, Holly Hawkins Marwood. She's been on before, and I am delighted to have her on again. She is the elite certified Akashic Records instructor and reader at Soul Genesis and co-founder of the Universal Sphere Conscious Channel. She is here this morning. Uh-oh, I lost you. You were here a second ago. Let's see here. There you are. Hey, Holly. Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy day to you.
Happy Easter.
Yes. So good to have you back on, and excited to hear what you have to say. So I'm going to just drop out so you can take it away.
Well, thank you so much, Patty, and happy Easter to all of you who are listening. I'm just going to take my glasses off because they reflect too much. And it's really an honor and a privilege to be here for you and with you, because if nothing else, this time that we're all striving for victory in is one where we really are feeling that unifying force. We really are all in it together. We've had it as a brilliant, beautiful idea for decades. Many of us have been holding that vision and that space that we are one, and that we're going to see a world where we are coming together. And despite the circumstances, the conditions under which it's unifying us, the cohesiveness and unity that we're all experiencing is really profound. And I love to connect with the heroic acts that people are doing and how they're living, and more than anything else, what people are choosing to cultivate in their everyday life. as a result of this. And it's about the cultivation of faith. It's about the cultivation of trust. It's about the cultivation of seeing ourselves as an integral fiber of this beautiful weaving, gorgeous fabric that's being woven right now, where we see, as Tamara was just saying, just this beautiful field of love coming in. And that's what we've all been dreaming about. So what I wanted to do with everyone this morning is to take you on an inward journey, because what I believe, and this is not unique to me, is that our world outwardly is always going to reflect our inner landscape. And while our inner landscape can be uncertain and we can feel like, my analogy is like somebody threw a box of marbles onto our wooden floor and we're trying to navigate our way through it. That would be a little treacherous, wouldn't it? So we're trying to find a new way of being. And the way to find that is to stop looking so much outside and find and cultivate all the qualities that we want to have within. And as we do that within, then we can discover more of it, and we can also radiate out what we know is possible, because through the information sources, the non-physicals who I channel through my work in the Akashic records, this is about this really beautiful time of trusting what we have within, discovering the light we have within, and really leaning into that, and then being able to radiate that out, not just for ourselves, but for the people and the world around us. So I wanted to take you on a little journey this morning of going within, discovering what you have within there, finding the peace, finding the alignment, and then we're going to radiate it out through our hearts, knowing that, because studies have even shown this, that our prayer, our good wishes, our visions make a difference. And this is the time where I think we're being called to really live what we've been cultivating all these years. So if you're in the right time and space in your life, I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes down and take that moment to really become present to yourself. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to just begin to pay attention to your breath. Many times people say, I don't know how to be here now. I don't know how to calm my mind. I don't know how to let the world fall away. Simplest thing is close your eyes down and observe your breath. So before we really begin watching the breath, I'm going to invite you to relax your stomach, relax your solar plexus, relax your abdomen. Oftentimes, that's right, many of you might just suddenly feel that you actually were holding a lot there. So relaxing your abdomen, and then invite that relaxation that you feel there to emanate throughout your entire body. And now, with your eyes closed again, begin to inhale gently and fully through the nose. And as you do, allow your chest to respond by expanding, moving downward, having the expansion continue, and including your abdomen. And if it feels like it's a little hard to do, just keep inviting your body to relax and let go. And then as you exhale, your abdomen's going to pull in and your chest is going to come back in again. And just keep watching your breath slowly moving in and out. And continue to do this as I share this guided experience. Many of you may know, or this may be new to some of you, that the energy and literally the chemistry of your body can be shifted with your breath. And when we're in a calm and relaxed state, our breathing is slow and full. And all you need to do is look at a newborn baby laying so peacefully and quietly on their back with their slow, long belly breaths. So tap into that Your entire chemistry of your body shifts as you slow your breathing down, not in a forced way, but very relaxed. And notice how tension can be releasing. And if other thoughts come in, you don't need to get activated about that. Don't worry, it's okay. Your mind is conditioned to think a lot. Just focus again on all the sensations of the air moving in through your nose, maybe feeling it moving down and filling your lungs, really focusing on the relaxation in your lower abdomen to allow it to expand and contract with every breath. That focus allows you to stay present for that. And now, if you're somebody who's open to the idea of this, please open your chakras, which are your energy system within your body. They really are real energy centers. And you don't have to know about them to just open your energy centers. Open your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. Open up your soul star chakra, which is about 18 inches above your head. And with your awareness and your intention, it will open and you can maybe feel it. And as you do, imagine a beautiful column or pillar of light that comes down through your core. And if you say, I'm not sure about that, you can just imagine it. Your imagination creates the energetic flow. So feel that beautiful pillar of light emanating down from source energy all the way through the core of your being. And then see it continue past your body and anchoring down into this beautiful planet who loves and supports us and who we support her as well. See and feel yourself as an integral part of connection between heaven and earth. Trusting yourself on the planet at this time. Keep your breathing full and complete. And as you notice, observe, feel, imagine this beautiful column of light down through your core, have it begin emanating out equally in 360 degrees around you, so that this beautiful pillar of light is expanding to include your entire body. And then moving further out to encompass and include your entire energetic space. These are your energy bodies, your auric field, that from an energetic point of view are just as real as your physical body. Every now and then, center back on your breath as you pay attention to this. Full and complete. And notice how you feel as you've connected with this core of light that's always there. What we've done is paid attention to it, yet this core of light, this beautiful pillar of light is always there waiting for us to tap into it. For we are energy beings. We are light. We are having a human experience, as you've all heard so many times before. And so we're tapping into a greater essence of us in our totality. And notice what it feels like to begin to feel the entirety of yourself, your physical body, and all your energetic space. We tend to relax and feel calm. And now bring to mind for a moment some blessings you have in your life. They're all there. Some could be quite small. Some could be quite significant. And just activate your awareness around blessings in your life, maybe from loved ones, something you've seen in nature, something maybe you've witnessed happening in the world. Activate the energy of blessings and feel with gratitude the blessings that are currently in your life. And then dropping into the space of your heart. And you do that just by paying attention to your heart. It's very simple. Whether you're paying attention to your physical heart area, whether you feel like you're relating to your heart chakra, or whether you connect with the love that you have for yourself, the people in your world, life, connecting in with heart energies that way. And through this energy of blessing that you've connected with, allow those blessings that you feel, that you know are possible, to emanate out from your heart center equally, moving out in all directions from you. Maybe seeing them as light emanations. You might notice, feel, or sense that it's a particular color. Allow it to infinitely go out to all the people so that they tap into the connection of your blessings, so that they can then discover them in their life. And then begin to tap into your gratitude and allow that to emanate from your heart as well. Notice how you feel as you've tapped into your potential and your light, and now you share it through your choice and through your actions, through your will, and you choosing what you share with the world right now. For it is a choice, isn't it? The energy of choice is a powerful, powerful energy, because when one is in a field of choice, one is always expanding. And when one has a choice and is exercising the energy of choice, you always know more is available. So regardless of any circumstances in your life and in your world and in the world and the planetary experience, what do you choose?
Holly. Even though I'm keeping track of making sure we're on and all of that, I can feel all that energy, just so relaxing and so peaceful. Thank you so much for sharing your meditation. And I just want to honor your time because I know you're getting ready to do something really huge. So post your links, share your information in the comments after we're done here so that people can find you. Thank you again for being here.
Blessings to you all and happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you too. Okay, so that was pretty relaxing, wasn't it? All right, we're going to move on to our next guest. Our next guest is a very dear woman in my life. I met her many years ago, and she is a student at Northern Arizona University. And you can catch her between Arizona, California, Colorado, and traveling all over the world. She is well-read. She's been reading books since she was, I think, 6 months old. Well, I don't know about that, but anyhow, she's brilliant. Let's welcome Olivija Berry. Where are you, Olivija? There you are. Hi, Olivia. Hi,
Hey.
Ollie. I call you Ollie, but we'll stick with
No.
Olivia. So, Ollie, take it away and share your experience of having to leave the dorm, and if you would, in all of your whatever you're going to present today. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Take it away.
Cool. Well, hi, I'm Olivia Berry. I am just finishing up remotely now some schoolwork at NAU, and it's been really interesting having my first year of college, not necessarily interrupted by all of this, but it's been a drastic change from what I ever thought it would be. And through this, I've come back home to be with my parents and my family again, and it's actually been a really great time for me to reflect on everything I've learned in this past year of being away from home. And I've also gotten really back into working with my tarot cards a lot. And I wanted to do just a simple 3-card reading with some of my cards that I think are really important right now in this time of not necessarily chaos, but there's just a lot of unknown. And I think the cards, for me at least, have been a really helpful way of kind of just having nice suggestions of ways to think, new perspectives. And so I think I'll just jump right in. And the first card I have is my strength card here. And I like this card because it shows our ability to tame the most wild of beasts, so to speak, through the use of trust and respect. By using confidence in oneself, you can balance confidently on the beast's nose, as this wonderful little crow here is doing. And all of that comes from a place of mutual respect for the ones like me having to move back into my parents' home, after being a college student and having not necessarily all these new freedoms, but just not having everyone in the house with you and not having to share spaces as often. I've had to come back into that zone and work on just exercising inner peace with myself here and getting back into the habits of the family. And I think it's been really important to just understand that removing an ego can quiet the hum of fear, and we can really listen to what we think is valuable and true in our lives. And I've learned a lot from coming back home after being away, because it is truly a new experience just in these past 6 months, having to go between the two places and having to be on my own and learn all these new things that normally I would have had the helping hand of the family for. And with that, I pulled the 7 of Cups here, which is a card of opportunity and reflection on all of your wants and desires. And some of them will lead to love and victory, and others in one way or another could be to a fundamental loss. But I think those losses, like I've lost not necessarily my freedom now, but I've lost the ability to be super independent and be able to be out and about in the ways that I would like to be. And I think it's important that we go through those changes and those ups and downs in order to really get a feel for what direction we should be going. And I've found that when we have so many choices, we can feel swamped and cannot really commit a whole to just one effort. And so let's switch some things up here. And right now, I think it's an especially great time to stop and step back and weigh all of our options and, kind of not really get rid of bad habits or not necessarily form new ones, but to kind of just, while we're all not stuck at home, but, making these decisions to slow down the pace of our lives, I think it's very valuable to come out of this, whenever that might be, with a new leaf, a new idea, a new way of existing, because I think things are going to fundamentally change after all of this. I don't want to say blows over, but whatever is happening now it's going to move us into a different direction than all of us would have expected ourselves to be a couple months ago. And so I think keeping an eye on what is realistic in this moment and the next is very important. And so through this, I've learned to just commit full-heartedly to changing things, making new ideas, and just working on who I want to be as a person. And with that, I also pulled one of my favorite cards, the Fool here. And this card, I like to believe, tells you that you should have faith that you're on a great adventure no matter what you're doing. And you may feel apprehensive, but no matter what you endure, you will remain afloat, because adventures and trials and tasks are what make us grow. It's what helps us figure out what we find to be true values and helps us kind of just expand that realm of ourselves. And so I think this card is important now because it tells us to have faith in the universe and to live fearlessly, especially right now when there's a lot of talk about what to be scared of and what not to do, and all these, empty shelves of grocery stores that I would never imagine that in my 19 years of existence, I would face a global pandemic or whatever you want to, whatever you believe might be going on, I think that right now we should allow hope to replace fear and welcome the new beginnings that are going to be coming from all of this. And I think this is a really good time to really hang out with yourself, basically, and figure out what you really want to do with all this, not this time, but we always say, oh, if I only had more time, or if I had all this extra time. Well, right now we kind of do. Everything's on hold. Right now is a really great time to, I don't know, intrinsically work on yourself and find out the values that you go with true. So that's my little deal here.
Ollie, Olivia, Barry, brilliant. Thank you so much. I knew you were supposed to be on this show today and offering, come on, people, talk about the wisdom in this young lady and reach out to her. Any questions, any thoughts? If you have a student in college who needs some guidance or some information to help you with, helping them get some relief and comfort, reach out to Olivia. And Olivia, thank you again for being here. I love you so much. And happy Easter to you and your family, and happy Passover. I know that Passover.
Yes.
Okay. All right, darling. We'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
I love you. Bye.
Love you.
Oh, okay. Wise words from our youth. And who's going to question that? I don't think I will. Anyhow, we're going to move on into this amazing, amazing woman. Every time I see her, every time I think of her, every time she pops up on the feed, I just say, wow, there she is. I'm going to listen. So we have a motivational speaker, life transformation coach, published author, owner and founder at Impact, Aspire, Motivate Enterprises, I.A.M.E, and active duty Navy. Yes. Thank you for your service, Shirkydra Roberts. Welcome. Come on board. Here you are. There you are.
Hey, Pati Maez. Hey, girl.
Yeah. Talk about energy. Oh, boy.
Energy. Let's go. Good morning. Great morning.
How about you just take it away?
Thank you so much. I want to just commend all the ladies that were before me. It is powerful. It is courage. It is commitment when you can come to a platform as this and create. What I wanted to bring forth today is I want you to think about a pain point in your life. When you do that, you always go to the past. So take a moment, and I want you to think about the most painful experience you ever had. No matter what that is, no matter where it is, no matter who it was. But think about that pain point. And when I bring you back, I want you to realize that that pain point is of the past. That means you overcame it. That means it didn't break you. That means it did not defeat you. It means that you're a conqueror. And every morning you wake up, I want you to think of all the painful places and moments that you conquered so that you realize and know that you are a conqueror. You are a winner. You are a champion. You have defeated obstacles in your life that have been challenges that have challenged your faith, that have challenged you emotionally and mentally. As a Me Too survivor, not a victim, but a survivor, dealing with child molestation, I dealt with suicidal thoughts, I dealt with feeling unworthy, I dealt with shame, I dealt with not knowing I had a voice. Now I created I.A.M.E, standing firm in my truth as a way to impact, aspire people to be greater and a better version of themselves, and to motivate people to keep fighting, keep pushing. Every single day you have a purpose, you have a gift. One, to create, and that is create a space of peace, create a path of purpose, create a moment that will leave a legacy. When I think about what I have overcome, what I have conquered, what I have defeated, I want to show and tell the world that they too can conquer and overcome and defeat. In this pandemic that we are in right now, we will conquer, we will overcome, and it will not defeat us as a nation. It will not defeat the world. It is only a moment in time that we will too conquer and overcome. In these moments where you feel alone, you feel like you're by yourself, trust me, I understand depression comes, anxiety comes, but I want you to know that you're a conqueror, you're a fighter, and those things will not defeat or break you. You have purpose, you have a gift. There's too much for you to do in this world for you not to do. And I really want you to take that from this is there's too much in this world for us to do, for us not to do. You know, every single day that you wake up, we have to force peace into our lives. When I thought about today, when Patty really asked me to come on this platform, it's like, what can you give the listeners, the watchers? What are you going to give them? And a lot of people are searching for hope right now. A lot of people are searching for peace. A lot of people are searching for guidance. They're searching for a way. They're searching for something to give them sleep at night, peace in the morning, a reason to keep going, a reason to keep pushing. Someone out there is not able to provide. May have lost their safe place. And I say that specifically for the youth, that school was my safe place growing up, going through what I went through as a child. And if I was going through this as a child, I don't know where I would be or how I would have fought through unless I had people and strong, powerful men and women around the world to teach me that there is still hope. I want you to realize that there's hope after this. There's light after this. You must create that hope. You must create that light with your everyday routines. Wake up, find your peace, whether that's prayer, meditation, whether that's tapping into whatever it is you need to tap into to find your peace. It is hard to get through the day and go through the day without finding your peace. There is something within you that you have to pull out every single day to stand on your 10 toes. You have to do it. It is a blessing when you can get other people to commune with you, eat with you, find peace with you, meditate and pray with you. But you have to find it within yourself. It's in you because you're a fighter, you're a conqueror, you're an achiever, you're an overcomer, you're blessed, you're fearfully and wonderfully made. You're the head and not the tail, and you have to constantly wake up every single day and speak those words of affirmations, because if no one else is going to do it, who will? You have to do it. We have to do it for one another, to each other. Speak words of affirmation every morning, every day. Don't let a day go by, because that one day you let go by may be the day that you may hit a hard place. You may hit a dark place. Every single day, wake up in peace, wake up in prayer, wake up and meditate, wake up and speak life into your life. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. Speak life into your life. Speak light into your life. Speak destination into your life. Every single day we have to hit it. We have to get it. I created a course that's focused on pain into purpose. I call it I.A.M.E. University. It's a community of overcomers and people who do not know how to take their pain and create a foundation of purpose, create a foundation of hope. I walk them through that as a coach and just as a teacher, because I want people to understand that, yes, we may experience challenges, we may experience epidemics, we may experience things in life, but those things will pass. What will we do when we pass? I challenge people to create in this time. I challenge people to reflect. I challenge people to grow. I challenge people to mature in this time of stillness, because, as Patty said before, we send our love to those who have been affected by this COVID-19, whose families been affected, who's lost loved ones. Somebody cannot wake up and watch this video today, but if you're watching this right now, I want you to count it a blessing, because somebody wanted to watch it and couldn't. Somebody wanted to be a part of it and couldn't. Somebody wanted to wake up today and put their two feet on the ground and they could not. We have to count the blessings, the small ones, the big ones, the medium size, however you want to name it. Count your blessings. That's where your hope is. That's where your light is. That's where your positivity is. And you have to find that every single day. I challenge you to find that every single day. In closing, you can follow me on any social media platform: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Shirkydra Roberts, or impactaspiremotivate.com. Message me if you feel like you want to be connected with someone that's going to motivate you every morning, get you up, send energy. Energy is everything. It's a big thing to share your energy. Your energy will be contagious, whether it's positive or negative. When you walk into the room, you want to share your energy. That is everything. That is all we have right now as a community, trying to fight and get through this moment in time. Continue fighting. Continue finding your peace. Continue finding your light. Know that you have purpose. Know that you are a gift. Just your existence is a gift. Just you breathing is a gift. You are a gift. You are empowered. You're empowered. You are somebody else's breakthrough. When you speak, you create peace, you create light, and you create breakthrough for somebody else. So I really challenge you every single day to realize that, soak that in, receive that, and walk in that. Okay, I thank all of you. I thank you, Patti, for having me on such a beautiful platform. I really pray that everybody have a great day. I'm here in Washington, Seattle right now, and it's beautiful. You know, usually gloomy, but as you see, I'm working actually. I'm on duty, but it's a beautiful day, and I acknowledge that. I acknowledge the resurrection. I acknowledge just new life and eternal life. So I pray that you're protected, you're covered, and that you realize the power that is within you and your total existence. Stay motivated, stay inspired, and continue to spread that positive energy during these times. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow. I'm just thrilled to death that you shared your message today, as always. And I also want to congratulate you for the promotion you received.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
Yes,
there wasn't
ma'am.
a big deal about that. Will you share a little bit about that? My brother was in the Navy, by the way. And,
okay.
So I have this, not it's you, but it's also, this special place I have in my heart for all of you who serve. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Patti. Yes, I promoted the other day to Lieutenant Junior grade. So I went from 01 to 02. Engineer officer. I hit 12 years in June, so I'm so excited. And I count it a blessing to be able to serve even in this time. We're still working. We're still completing the mission of the service. So we're keeping social distancing. We wear our masks. We stay safe and we stay healthy. But it's really been a blessing. It's really good to be where I am, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Awesome. I really enjoyed it. Was the lightness of it, because usually, it's so serious and everybody's together. And then I was watching the whole thing, and your friend and also your service person was there with you, videotaping for you, and just how everyone were spread out, practicing physical distance, right? And I loved when they went up to you and pinned you. I was just like, wow.
Yes.
So congratulations again. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Reach out to Shirkydra Roberts, and she's got it going on. All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patti.
All right. We'll see you later. Be safe.
See you later.
All righty. Bye-bye. Wow. Okay. Excuse me. I get so excited and get all choked up and all these mixed emotions that happen when I'm with my sister. She's just an amazing soul and brings so much to the table. Reach out to her. She's incredible. Okay. So we are moving forward, and we're a little ahead of schedules, which is, working pretty cool for some of you who have to move forward into your next family situation here. But now I want to introduce you to Sue Relihan. She is a metamorphosis mentor, best-selling author, and a holistic wellness practitioner with 23 years of experience connecting the body, mind, and spirit. So let's bring on Sue. Sue, there you are. Hey, Sue.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for inviting me. And talk about an uplifting presentation to follow. I was just sitting here with chills and just feeling that energy, and just have so much gratitude for the people who are serving, and to be able to observe that. It made my heart just feel that much happier.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing your voice, Sue. Sue is someone that I recently met. I was introduced to you by a dear friend of mine and of ours here, Thomas and I. And so I'm going to let you just share your brilliance, and I'll be back.
Thank you, Patti. So as Patti said, I'm Sue Relihan. I'm a metamorphosis mentor and a holistic wellness practitioner. And where the metamorphosis comes in is I'm actually the author of the best-selling book, Metamorphosis, One Woman's Journey to Finding Serenity and Empowerment. This book is written from a perspective of having felt invisible the majority of my life. It's my story from 2002 to 2012. I was working in a fairly high-profile, very high-stress position, and was dating a man that would not acknowledge me to his friends and family. And for the majority of that time, I was okay with it. And in 2010, I had a health event, and it shifted everything. And ironically, it was 10 years ago this month, I walked away from a 26-year career that in the end, although it had been a brilliant career, I don't regret a moment of it. It really almost took me out because it wasn't authentic for me. I was born to help others. I love helping others. So today, as a metamorphosis mentor, as a holistic wellness practitioner, I now dedicate the majority of my time to helping other people. I've been a massage therapist for 23 years. I've been a hypnotic coach, a hypnotherapist, an internal family systems therapist, and most recently have become very in tune with something called somatic experiencing, or specifically somatic IFS, and polyvagal theory. And what this means is I now look at the body a little differently. The majority of our population is stuck in our heads and above. Even with some of the more calming things people are doing today, mindfulness, meditation, practices that are amazing, yoga, they're brilliant. With the exception of yoga, most of them still start in the head and then drop down into the body. The practice that I do now actually does the opposite. It starts in the body and then we'll bring in emotions or thoughts, feelings. Everything is welcome, but it starts from the neck down instead of the neck up. And so today, because we just have a limited period of time, I really want to focus in on one practice that I have recently come across, that whether or not your nervous system is sympathetic, as in you dominate in fight or flight, when your stress levels hit, you either run away or you get really angry, or if you're more freeze dominant, meaning you isolate, you pull away. Ironically, I tend to work with more freeze people. The programs I was creating pre-COVID were all designed for dorsal people, the freeze state. But those of us, and I actually tend to be freeze dominant, we're doing okay with this isolation. It's the people who are sympathetic, the fight or flight nervous system response. They're the ones that are climbing the walls. Anxiety is through the roof. So I've been running a stress in your nervous system Zoom call 3 times a week. I'll put the details below the call when we're done, just so you can find it if you'd like to, or you're welcome to find me. I use Sue Relihan on all my social media platforms. But what I really want to focus on today, this process is designed for everybody. And it's actually taking a minute. You can keep your eyes open. If you're somewhere, you can close your eyes. Whatever feels natural. Obviously, if you're driving or working, keep your eyes open. But just take a minute and put all of your attention on whatever surface. If you're sitting, like I'm sitting on my couch, so put your attention on where that surface is supporting you. It could be your back, your legs, your thighs, your pelvis, your standing, your feet. And just take a moment. I'm just going to pause intentionally and give you a second to just really put all of your focus on that surface, on where your body meets support. And now, without changing anything, with as much just compassionate awareness, put all of your focus on your breathing. Just notice, are you breathing through your nose, through your mouth. Again, not looking to change it. We're just looking to be aware. It's just a chance to be our own internal explorer, that compassionate inner explorer. And just focus on the air coming in and the air going out. And now take your attention and put it in your heart space. And not just the physical heart itself, but that cavity, that container that holds the heart, the lungs, the blood vessels and tissue and muscles. It pretty much starts behind our sternum and ends at the front of our spinal column. So between the sternum and the spine is this beautiful space. Holds our heart, our lungs. It's a lot of energy. So if it helps, just put your hand on your heart. You don't need to. But just take a moment and really focus on your heart. See if you can sense your own heartbeat. Noticing how your lungs work without any effort by you. Your heart contracts. Your lungs open and contract. It's just such a beautiful space that without it, we couldn't be alive right now. So now add in and see if you can be aware of the surface that you're sitting on or whatever is supporting you right now. And your breathing. And this heart space at the same time. And by doing those three things, we're pretty much fully in our bodies right now. So go ahead and just put all of your focus on your heart in this space. And although this may sound a little strange, see what's going on inside this space. There's likely feelings. And sometimes these feelings are polarized. We can feel gratitude and love and fear and sadness all at the same time. Whatever you have going on in this space, just notice. Not looking to change it, not looking to shift it, just being aware. And I'm going to pause for just a moment and give you a chance to drop in. And just notice, see if there's anything this space wants you to know. Again, no judgment, pure compassion. You might think of some people or some things or some places that you really love. Just opening your heart space up just a little. It might be an animal, it might be a person. It might be springtime. Just see if your heart has anything it wants to say to you. or your lungs, or anything else that's going on in this space. Just really feeling into your heart space now. Even in these uncertain times, it's really important to take a minute. Find gratitude for yourself, for all of your organs and systems and everything that's keeping you going, for your physical body. And the more often we practice this, the easier it is to get those messages. And for most of us, this practice calms us down. So now just bringing in your awareness to where you're seated, noticing your breathing. Just notice if anything in the rest of your body has shifted or needs to shift. And start looking around whatever space you're in. Just orienting yourself back into the regular space and time. Just taking a moment and really just kind of moving your hands with your toes, bringing yourself back. And with as much authentic, genuine, compassionate gratitude that you have inside, just let your system feel that. Focus it on all of the things, the service people, the other service providers, all of the people that often we take for granted, people we live with, our friends, our family. Just let yourself feel, but mostly find that gratitude for yourself. Now, if you'd like I said, on Sundays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, at 3 o'clock Mountain, which is 2 o'clock Pacific, and 5 o'clock Eastern, I am running a Zoom call. All of the information is on my social media. I'll be posting an update in the next hour. I would love what we do is we actually learn a bit more about our nervous system. And then I have a list of 15 different experiences, similar to what we just did, to help you learn ways to calm your nervous system down. Now, for those of us that are more freeze dominant, it actually speeds us up. For people who are more fight or flight, it slows us down. You get to pick, and all of them are short. They're very simple, easy to do. I recommend picking a couple and just making them a daily practice. I also work one-on-one with people. So if you go to my website, which is SueRellahan.com, there's a place at the bottom of the page to schedule a free 30-minute conversation. That would be absolutely lovely. I like to talk to people just to see we're not all a good fit for each other. And it's important that you get whatever you need, especially if you are someone who's not used to reaching out. So Patti, thank you so much for this time and space.
Beautiful, Sue. Thank you. It's my pleasure, and we'll have you on again. It's just a lovely, lovely way to go within and trust your body, be with your body, listen to what it is speaking, because I firmly believe that body tells the truth. And what a lovely way to acknowledge, to recognize and acknowledge that. And Sue, thank you again. And please post your links and all your information in the the online comments so that people can reach out to you. Thank you again for being here.
Thank you so much, Patti. Thank you.
And I will see you soon. Okay. That was pretty relaxing. And what's so amazing about this format or this platform is that you can hashtag replay. And watch and listen to all of these amazing messages that are coming through. And for now, we have our next guest, I.A.M.E. Milanovic. She's a coach and transformational healer, midwives of Awakening Intuitive Life Coach. And she is here with us today. And let me bring you on. There you are. Good morning,
Hi, everybody. Good morning.
Thank you for being here, I.A.M.E. And what's so amazing is that I.A.M.E. and I have known each other for a number of years now. And the work that you do and what you offer to couples and to individuals and to all these retreats that you do, share your brilliance. And let's hear from you.
Thank you, my sister. So excited to be here with you all on Easter Sunday. Happy Resurrection Day. Yes, resurrection. It's a time to rise. It's a time to rise up. And this is a congregational offering. And I have an inner priestess in me. So if I have a little inspirational sermon, that might be what comes out. But I'm fully surrendered to allow what wants to be shared on this beautiful Easter Sunday. And I want to start off by just saying thank you, right? Thank you. We are in transformational times. We are in the wildest ride of our life. And I know with all my heart that we were built for this, that we came for this, that we came for this moment. And I know deeply that this is a great awakening time. And what comes before the awakening is the purification, right? All that needs to crumble must crumble so that the truth can rise, the love can rise. And yes, my journey, my life has been all about finding that truth, that deep, true love. What's true? That's what I care about, the absolute truth with a capital T. And I used to think for so much of my journey that that was going to come from meeting the perfect man, having the perfect relationship. And so I set on a journey and went through lots of ups and downs, purifications, crucifixions, like, intense stuff to purify myself and to find what I would say is the most sacred love of all. And that sacred love is actually my connection to the all that is, to Creator, to Source, to Divine Mother. And from that wholeness, from that divine knowing and intention and connection, I've been able to create amazing love in my life. But I had to get whole first. And so I'm passionate about sacred love, and I'm passionate about you feeling loved, but I'm even more passionate, even more about you being your true self, about you waking up, about you resurrecting and feeling safe, protected by the only energy that can protect us, which is divine connection, love. It's what we're here to wake up to. Right? We're moving to a time of we consciousness, we. The me consciousness is part of what is burning away. No more selfishness, no more me, 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 me. This is about we. We. How do we come together? How do we rise? How do we shine? How do we resurrect and create the new earth? That's what's upon us. That's what's upon us. So I wanted to talk about this balance, because what's missing and what's been missing from our world is that sacred balance. And the way that I see it, there's the masculine, divine sacred masculine, and divine sacred feminine. And they need to be in balance within ourselves, within our world. And what's happened in our world is it's been out of balance, right? We've been focused more on masculine production, work, work, work. And we've created lots of innovations and structures and tools and amazing things, but we've also gotten to the dark side of that, where we've had greed and suffering and so much. And what's been out of balance is the feminine, the feminine. And so I want to bring her in today on this Easter Sunday and honor the feminine. And so when I think of the feminine, for me, I want to honor this beautiful priestess, Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, and she's very powerful in terms of the Jesus story, the Christ story, and it's Easter, right? So I want to honor her part in the sacred connection and the sacred love, right? The Christ consciousness that is both masculine and feminine. that is unity consciousness. And that's what my intention is, that we're resurrecting together today. That balance, that union, that connection, that love, and honoring the feminine. And so honoring Mary Magdalene as well as what they stood for, because even though she wasn't prominent and she was vilified and we saw the shadow of her, she was still carrying and holding that inner space of divinity, of light, holding that space for the world, even though it was topsy-turvy and out of balance. And it's been out of balance for a long time. And we're moving into what I call the Great Awakening. The Great Awakening of humankind, the Great Awakening as we balance, as we love, as we reprioritize those scales and come back to what's really important. Love. We don't lose the masculine, but we bring it to a place of balance. And we bring in the feminine and the qualities of the feminine, love, compassion, caring for our workers, caring for our people, time with our families. Unity, consciousness, we're all in it together. It's not me anymore, right? It's not me anymore. It's we, and it takes courage to transform. It takes courage to resurrect, right? It takes courage to let go. So while Christ burned on the cross and forgave and knew, it's like he had that divine connection that knew what had to fall away, and he sacrificed his life. There's many interpretations, but ultimately he sacrificed, but ultimately he stood in love. He stood in his connection to his source creation. And Mary Magdalene mourned and lost that love, and yet went through that dark tunnel. She was also purified, resurrected. The divine feminine's been in a purification for a very long time. The way we've treated our earth, the way we've treated women, the darkness that's being exposed, so that we can stand in that place of love and wake up, right? It's a divine transformation. So let's wake up. Let's wake up and let's balance that love. You know, I found when this opportunity, I'll call it, this great opportunity, pattern interrupt, great awakening came upon us, and we were all sent to our rooms, literally. Divine Mother said, children, we're going to shut down the way things have been. It's been too crazy, too busy. The earth is dying. There's pollution. There are horrible things. Children are suffering. People aren't being fed. Enough, enough, enough. And I feel that. I feel the divine feminine said, enough. It's time. And it's time to think about what's important. So what are the beautiful things that you're grateful for at this time? Some of the things that I'm super grateful for is the ability to slow down. Slow down, breathe, connect, be, feel. Really have the time and the space to really do the things that are truly most important. Pray, meditate, connect, be with myself, be with my own thoughts, be with those that I love in real connection. This is the time for that. You know, families are home together. Children are getting the most time ever spent with their families. And I know for some that's amazing, and some that might be bringing up a lot. And again, it's the time of the transformation. So if you're feeling triggered and things are moving in you, can you embrace that which is falling away so that the true self can rise, right? And so celebrating that, honoring that we awakening our true self in balance with the principles of the heart, the feminine, families eating together, right? We're thinking about our food, where it comes from. The earth is healing because we are giving her space to breathe and heal. And she gives us so much. She gives us life. It's time for us to connect to that and feel honored that we walk upon her, right? This is the feminine that's waking up in us. And sometimes when we're not ready to wake up, you know, by the little hints and the little things, it has to come like a jolt, because human beings, we learn from pain or pleasure. And sometimes the pain has to get so intense that it gets our attention. And we have to surrender. We have to let go. And when we let go, and I know from personal experience, we open and can find something that's more real, more safe, more true. And that's within us all. And that's what I believe this divine opportunity is. And so I'm so grateful for it. And I'm grateful for this we-ness. I was thinking today, yes, it's sad that it's Easter and we can't be with our families and have the traditions that we're used to having, or Passover, whatever it is you celebrate. We've had set ways that we go and we operate, right? We're going to go to dinner at this person's house and we do this and we do this, and it's all set and it's lovely. But right now, everything's falling away. Pattern interrupts. It's all crashing down. And then we get to discover, whoa, how do I want to celebrate Easter? And I was feeling really grateful that I get to celebrate it with all of you around the world with this platform. That's different, and that's amazing. Today, and I invite you to listen to this, to listen to other platforms. There's beautiful concerts, music, coming together. And imagine we're all coming together all around the world in oneness. Because guess what? For the first time ever, we're all in our homes around the world. This is not just in the US or in Canada or in Russia or in Spain or in Italy. This is all around the world. We are sharing a similar connection, fear, and whatever brought us there, it doesn't matter. What matters is how we rise, how we resurrect together. So as you're watching celebrations, being with your family, I invite you, as I invite the feminine part of us, to be in that connection, to honor the love, the sacred love in ourselves, with our families, with divine power, with our children. This is a special time. We're going to look back on this time and wow, I'm excited. What will the children grow up like when they've had such beautiful time? You know, my brother has 3 young boys, 5 and under. And the oldest one said to them, you know, Mommy and Daddy, I know this situation is really hard, but I'm so grateful for all the time we're getting to spend together. That is so beautiful. That is a gift. That is a gift that we want to cherish. And so I want you to receive the gift. And when things get scary, how do we say yes to them? How do we move towards them? And the more that we're aligned with our divine self, we can do that. Because I get it's scary and I get it's hard when things are falling apart, and it's what we've known. That things must fall apart for the new to be. And that is a teaching of the resurrection of Jesus, of Easter. So happy falling apart, happy rebirthing. Happy rebirthing. And before I close, we'll share a prayer. But I wanted to let you know I'm very passionate about this. And again, this is the Great Awakening. This is the Great Awakening, the most powerful, prolific time, I believe, of our lives. And I've been in meditation for the last month, really listening. What wants to come through me? And I'm excited to share on Tuesday. I'm going to be on an incredible platform, Wisdom for the Ancients. It's an amazing platform of truth and love and light. As I said, there's many resources. Go where your heart feels called and be discerning what's right for you, right? But I'll be on this Tuesday, so in 2 days, and I'm doing a whole interview on this Great Awakening. What's our role in it? How do we really benefit from it and move forward? The thing all light workers need to know at this time. And it's going to be filled with an amazing clearing, energy, healing meditation to step into your sovereign self, your awakened self, your risen self, resurrected. And it's also going to have live questions, answers, readings. I'll be doing intuitive readings. You can call in. It's going to be super powerful. I'm so excited. And I'd love to have you join me. So I'll post the information and the link in the chat. And I hope to have you there on Tuesday live with us so you can participate in the energy, because it is the Great Awakening. And so happy Easter, happy resurrection. May we all rise in love, in balance, in freedom, in truth. Woo! And
Woo!
so it is.
Yes, woo! Yes, definitely. Happy Easter to you, Imuna. Thank you so much. Your blessing was beautiful. And hope to see you soon. We'll see you on Tuesday on your summit. And post all your links. Make sure that everything's on there so that people can reach out to you so that they can use you as a resource for their support. Okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Bye,
being
my
here.
friend.
I love
Happy
you. See you
Easter.
later.
Mwah. Love you.
Love you too. Okay, and moving on, we are with our last guest today, Stephanie Coles-Garvey, realtor and founder at Garvey Group and master practitioner of mental and emotional release work. Let's bring on Stephanie. There you are.
Hi.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
beautiful. Yes, we can hear you.
Good.
We can see you. Lower just a little bit so that you won't be in the logo there. I need to make that logo smaller or get rid of it, right?
Try to move it back
I
a
know
little bit.
it's all backwards and all kind of goofy and crazy. So good to have you here, Stephanie.
Good to be
I
here.
love you and have been missing seeing you around because we're going to stop that. It's like there we go. How's that? Anyhow, take it away, Stephanie, and give us your brilliance.
Well, thank you so much for having me today. I feel really honored to be on here, as you really helped me begin my journey in so many ways of my life. And I was thinking yesterday about what would be most important for people in this time for for them to feel comfortable and comfortable easing into the growth that this is kind of forcing us towards. So I read this quote and it said, when your fears come to visit, invite them in, sit down and talk to them, ask them where they're ask them where they're from, let them teach you, but don't let them stay. And one of the techniques that I'm trained in is how to let go of negative emotions. Obviously, fear is, we can't control our emotions as they come, but when we hold on to them, that's when they become negative. And so there's an idea of us having three bodies where we have our conscious mind, which is our decision maker, what we know that we think about. We have our unconscious mind that holds all the information from probably like 94 to 97% is what scientists estimate of the information that we have is stored in our unconscious mind. So our unconscious mind is responsible for helping us decide how to live life based on how it filters information. We don't think about pumping our heart, but our unconscious mind knows that it needs to keep pumping our heart. And then the third body is kind of our higher self, and it's kind of it's the benevolent parent. It's the balance of everything. It's the perfection of everything, the balance of feminine and masculine. And it doesn't go against our conscious or our unconscious mind, but it's there for us to help. That's why we always know what we're supposed to do, because we have that we can tap into. And so one of the techniques that I wanted to share with everybody today is called higher self therapy. And if you want to join in this, just close your eyes and take a couple deep breaths. And ask your unconscious mind if it's okay with you releasing fear today. And wait for your yes. And then get in touch with all the feelings of fear. If you're a visual person, you might see it, even though your eyes are closed. You might notice it that way. You might notice kind of a feeling. And ask your unconscious mind to light up all the events that are giving you fear or anxiety right now and in the past. Anything that's unresolved, of where it's sitting there inside of you. Some people kind of feel a heaviness. Some people feel like certain little spots. Some people see the spots. Ask your unconscious mind to bring up the very first event where you felt that fear and it didn't release. Just get in touch with that, how it feels. And ask your unconscious mind to preserve the learnings, because that's the beauty of why we have emotions, is so that we can learn. It's teaching us something. So ask it to preserve the learnings. So you can keep that, but not the fear. And then ask your higher self to come in and to remove all of that fear, all of that anxiety, all the little spots, all the way across your body, or you visualize them just disintegrating back to source. And all the little spots, and just watch them disintegrate. It's just energy that's trapped, so just let it disintegrate and go back to source. And then you can ask your higher self to help you install new ways of being who you want to be, doing what you want to do, and having what you want to have, so that it's available to you whenever you want it. And just breathe that in. And then what you can do is you can check back and see, go back to an event where in the past it would have caused you that fear, and check in and see if you feel that anymore, or if it's disappeared. And you may find that you can't find it. And then come back to now and open your eyes. And then go out into the future to a time where, if it had happened in the past, you might have felt that fear or that anxiety, and see if you can find that emotion. You might find that you can't. And then come back to now and open your eyes. And this is a shorter technique than some of the other women have shared, but this is what came up for me when I was thinking about what the collective needs right now. I noticed, even going into the grocery store, that there was just so much fear. There was fear about enjoying life. And so I hope that this aids some people in just releasing some of that, releasing that anxiety, releasing the fear of the unknown, and being able to be present. I love what everyone has said about, it really does feel like there's a collective that's coming together. But I think that's really all that I have, Patti, if you want to take it back over, or I can just keep talking. Oh, I can't hear you.
Yes, and we're going to keep talking if it's
There you
okay
are.
with you. And so, Stephanie, what was so incredible about this moment in checking in with my body, and I don't know what it was like for all of you, and I'd like to just quickly share my experiences. I'm listening to the birds, and I believe they're the cokies, and all these beautiful sounds of nature. It was like I was right there, and I felt this little shift in me when the release happened, and it was just amazing. And just in that short period of time, could be a lifetime for some people. And I loved that you shared this, what you called a short version, that there is so much benefit and value from a short or long version of journeying into the body. And I am just so grateful that you're here, and also to share in this new place as this this coach that you have really stepped into beautifully, and serving so many, and still keeping with your real estate business, as I call you, the realtor extraordinaire. And reach out to Stephanie, folks. She helped us with our home, and we absolutely have. We call it the best property in town. But, everybody
I think it is.
It, right? And so, Stephanie, would you like to share some more words, and also make sure to share your links in the comments? about this, your coaching program?
Yeah. So what I do is I'm a master practitioner of a technique called mental and emotional release. And so what I do is I help walk people through kind of their detailed personal history in an area of life and help them let go of limiting decisions that they have unconsciously made about themselves, their negative emotions, and kind of those deeper wounds, like uncovering those deeper wounds so that you can be who you really want to be and show up as in the world. And so that's a service that I offer. I call it a breakthrough session. So it's pretty in depth, and I've had a lot of clients have remarkable experiences where it's really changed their life. So I do that, and I sell houses. So I'll put my website in the comments.
Please do. And I'd like to, I have a question about, for those who aren't sure that they're in that place of needing to release negative energy, how, if you can share from your experience, how you went from acknowledging, recognizing, first of all, what happened with you, and then how you transform or how you transition from that into the next. What was that like for you, for the layman who doesn't understand some
Yeah, so for me, it's interesting because I actually got into this work looking for myself. And I had a pretty rough childhood and had a lot of what we'll call emotional baggage from that. And kind of to your point, I'll say that sometimes you don't even know what you need to release, right? Because you would assume that I would have a lot of anger, and I couldn't even feel the anger. When I did this process, I couldn't even feel the anger until I processed through some of the other emotions that were really covering it up. And so it actually really works for anyone, even if you don't come from a tough background, because we all hold on to that. You might just have that somebody said something rude to you and you just can't let it go. It just sticks with you and it just irritates you. And even that will keep you from being who you want to be in the world, because you're holding on to some sort of negative emotion. And I like to think of it as energies that get stuck. And sometimes when we don't have the tools, we know that we want something to go away. We know that we don't like thinking over and over and over again about what that person said about us and it irritating us. But sometimes we don't know how to let go of it. And just thinking I need to let go of it sometimes doesn't work. So sometimes there's a lot of techniques, but sometimes you just need that to clean up your system. And also, sometimes we carry things genealogically or through past lives, and sometimes that needs to be cleaned up for people. So we do that work too, if that's something that's of interest, is just releasing all of that. Because when you clean up your system of negative emotions and limiting beliefs and those deeper wounds, you can really, all of a sudden, when those three bodies merge, your higher self, your unconscious mind, and your conscious mind, you have clarity on what you want to do in the world, who you want to be, what you want to have. And it's really cool. In Hawaiian, they called it pono, which means to make right. And so you get that feeling when all three bodies are in alignment, you get that feeling of being pono. You know what you want. And how much more powerful are we when we know what we want? Because then we can go after it, and every part of us is going after it.
Yeah, I love that. It's like the Maez method, where you breathe and CAG, I call it, right? Center, align, and ground, to get conscious, clear, and congruent with who you are and your message. What are you delivering? Sometimes your body is saying one thing and your words are saying something else, and your whole auric field is saying something totally different. So when we do combine all of that, it's a We both have alarms going today. And one
I
is
know
about
it's calling us together.
It really is. I love that.
It's alerting
waking
us
people
of
up.
the beauty
Hey,
around us.
we can call that the awakening, right? Wake up, wake up, wake up. You know, it's like, hey, Stephanie is here and she's here to provide this information. And so thank you so much, Stephanie, for being
thanks
here.
for having
And,
me.
we'll have to have you on again on a one-on-one where we just have a full session where perhaps you can deliver some more information. Make sure, again, put your links and all of your information, you know, what's coming up for you, what you're doing, both your real estate and also your master program. Okay. And I will see you soon. I look forward
happy
to
Easter.
Yes, happy Easter and virtual hug. I look forward to when I can hug you skin to skin and just hold you, darling. Thank you again.
All right.
I love you. Happy Easter.
Bye.
See you later. Wow. Is that too cool or what? Are you guys like bubbling with all kinds of cool energy? Well, I sure am. All right, we're wrapping up with another amazing group of powerful and brilliant women, breathtaking. Yes, it was breathtaking every moment, you know. And as I mentioned earlier, it's like I'm keeping track of all the buttons and the lights. Are we still on live and all that stuff? Yet I was able to go in, take that deep breath, go inside. And yes, it's a practice. Yes, one breath is meditation. When you can go deeply into your body, that really helps to release some of the negative energies, as some were saying. So, and so much beauty and grace, so much beauty and grace, and all of the inspirational messages. I'd like to share a few takeaways. Okay, and I'm going to run through these quickly, and then you get your own takeaways. That these were some of the things that stood out. You are not alone. Choose one buddy at a time. The buddy system, right? I'm a firm believer in the buddy system, collaborating with someone else, or just using a sounding board, having someone be that sounding board for you to hear your message that you're trying to say, someone who could listen to you from that place of hearing you. And count your blessings was repeated over and over throughout this. And choose cultivation, trust, faith, peace, gratitude, hope. Meditate and pray. Some people say meditate, you know, that's such a foreign thing and that's not religious or that's too spiritual. It doesn't matter. It just means make time to pause and take a deep breath, go inside, and pray is just a request. And the universe is always listening to our messages, the divine, the source, God, whatever name you give to that you believe is in this higher power. There's a source that created all of this divine nature and environment and essence. So, okay, activate the energy from within. Most of, you know, I always say you are the healer of your own body. You are the healer in your own life. Take heed to that. Trust your body. Listen to your body. Your body does tell the truth. Weigh your options. Explore new ideas and adventures. Pull out that hope and courage and peace that's within you. You are not invisible. You are not invisible. And especially, again, you are not alone. Trust your body. Heal your body from within through meditation, through silence, through quiet. Again, sounding board. Pause in this time and be in gratitude. This is an opportunity to really look at, am I feeling lonely or am I taking advantage of this solitude, this moment to be alone, to really be with myself and also to be with your family? I mean, how much time most of us are running around, delivering, picking up, and doing all this service on the road. And look at the air, as I mentioned earlier. Embrace what's falling away. Take this time out and discover your true self. Who are you? What is your true self? What is your purpose here? Who cares about all that? And care about it, because you have to live with yourself and others have to live with you. I just thought of something. So I wake up every morning and I say to myself, what am I going to learn today? Do I like waking up with myself? Do I like sleeping with myself? Yes, I do. I trust myself. I know myself enough to know that. And also, when you're with a partner, do I want to wake up with this person every morning? Ask yourself these questions. Do I want to be with this person? First, you have to find out if you want to be with you, and then all the rest of it will take care of itself. Be discerning. Recite affirmations. Let go of negative emotions, balance the conscious and unconscious mind, and find that higher source for yourself. It is within. Short or long moments of checking in with your body, also known as meditation, also known as quiet, silent time. Time for yourself. Release the fears and the unknown. Be in the collective. Be in the collective of opportunity. Thank you, ladies, for stepping up and into the unknown with your powerful energy of light and love, offering your amazing, brilliant messages, your brilliant self, your brilliant essence. And thank you, audience, for joining us on this glorious day. Remember, you can hashtag replay to make sure to take in all of the lovely messages offered by these wonderful women today. And please do not hesitate to reach out to each one of them. Say hello, introduce yourself, tell them what you took away from their moment here. There was a lot that was offered here today. And reach out to me. Join heartblazers.com if you need support. Right now, we are just amazing in that group. People are just coming in and sharing their experiences. Until next Sunday, for more loving blessings and inspiration, enjoy your families today. Enjoy your solitude today. And if I am Pati Maez at UNIV of Soul, and I am here to help you thrive in your life. We are here to help you thrive in your life. Remember to breathe into your belly. And until next time, go out there and be the best that you are and thrive in your life. I'll see you soon. I love you. Happy Easter to those of you who celebrate Easter, and have an amazing Sunday. Thank you for being here.